Yeah, EDP, man. Did somebody do like a really good wrap up of what happened? Oh yeah, Penguin. Okay.
What?
Charlie did. This is so much more insane than you can imagine. Okay. Again, if you don't know EDP, basically he's like an old school YouTuber, big following, football fanatic. I think it's the Eagles he's a crazy fan of. But he was caught again. And man, basically a couple years ago, I think it was, he tried to meet what he thought was an underage individual, a child, for illicit purposes, and he was caught and called out for this. Didn't go to jail, didn't get in trouble, but famously he said he was just coming by to get a cupcake. He wasn't trying to do anything, you know, of disrepute. He was just trying to get a cupcake. So he kind of disappeared for a while, didn't get charges placed against him or anything, but he disappeared for a while. Turns out he's been caught again. He's been Chris Hansen'd again.
You looking at the purple stains on my shirt, huh, tough guy? You think I need some kind of bib from now on because I'm a messy eater that can't be trusted to not spill food on himself? Well, okay, Haas Delgado. Sometimes accidents happen, and I could have easily changed my shirt before recording this video, and you would have been none the wiser. You'd have no idea. But a real man's not afraid to own up to his mistakes. I'm not hiding away from it. So the stained shirt stays on. If you can't handle me at my dirtiest, you don't deserve me at my cleanest. But anyway, what we're here to talk about today is something everyone knew was coming because
now that is an intro.
It's that time of the year. EDP getting caught again talking to minors and trying to be sexual with children. Who could have seen this coming, besides every single human being in the world with a pulse? The only two certainties in this world are death and EDP looking for cupcakes. Yesterday, it was revealed that he had once again been talking sexually with a minor. Now,
like, the dude won't stop. He was caught, publicly humiliated, had his YouTube channels deleted. It's the whole thing. He's doing it again. Dude's just got to go away. Like, lock him up. Like, I don't know how else you can demonstrate that the dude won't stop. Lock him up. Send him away. Like, I will not care. I actually, well, when I backed up, I realized why he did that intro thing. This was actually very, very sneaky and smart from Charlie. How long did the intro last? Let me just show you.
Yes, you don't deserve me at my cleanest. But anyway, what we're here to talk about today is something everyone knew was coming.
So he gets in the main topic at 29 seconds, actually starts talking about it at like 32, 33. You know what chunk of the video YouTube reviews manually for monetization to see if you should be monetized and get to make money on the video by running ads? First 30 seconds. Charlie's smart, dude. That was not an accident. That was very intentional to fill the first 30 seconds with something totally mundane. So when YouTube manually reviews it, they still approve it for monetization. That's smart. That's smart. Because if he started talking about this, they would have clicked on it to review it and been like, oh God, no, demonetized. But no, he's good now. See, he's clever. He knows what he's doing, dude. He knows what he's doing.
Again, been talking sexually with a minor. Now, I do need to say that this is all currently still just alleged claims here, though there is substantial evidence to suggest that it could be legitimate. I'm inclined to believe what's being presented here because it seems like it's been done thoroughly and through proper channels instead of just being like a YouTuber done investigation for clout. This really does seem like this could lead to real justice being served to EDP, who eluded justice over the last couple of years because of the previous investigation not being done through proper channels. So everything...
Yeah, last time it seems like it was done very casually. It was done by people that didn't take it very seriously. Like they didn't keep proper records. They were really trying to egg him on in the chats and stuff. And so the argument could easily be made by a lawyer on EDP's side that he was... Well, he can't be entrapped because they weren't law enforcement. They could argue that like this wasn't his normal behavior. They were egged on by unprofessional people trying to do something nasty. Like it was easy enough that they could argue that, but this seems to be a much different case where they handled it much better. Much better.
that's going on currently
Or more professionally, I guess.
does seem to be legitimate, but it is important to say that they are all currently still allegations that he's been talking inappropriately with an underage girl. Apparently, he also sent nudes of himself to this minor. And I don't know if he sent any pictures of his poop in a toilet bowl this time around, which is his signature anime finishing move. Last time, a couple years ago, when he was caught sexting someone he believed to be a child, he sent a picture of his shit in the toilet. And this time around,
And like in that text message he sends to who he thinks is a young girl flirting with her, he sends a picture of a massive dump he took and says, "Look at this, baby girl." It's like, look at this thing I just dropped. The dude is a weirdo. Like, I don't know how else you can say it. Like, the dude's insane. Even like the most socially awkward among us here on stream and in chat, if we're talking to somebody we have a crush on, I don't think we're sending dookie photos. Like, I don't know if that's a weird sort of flirtatious thing that I'm not aware of, but that's another level. Like, this dude is such an incel, allegedly, that he's doing that kind of thing. So apparently he hasn't done that this time, but yeah, that is something that happened last time.
in season 20 of EDP being a disgusting child predator, we don't have any hard evidence to confirm nor deny the existence of shit pics in his exchange with this child. So I'm sure as the investigation continues, more information will come to light and we'll know for sure. Now, the victim in this situation has come forward publicly, and there are a lot of chat logs that have released from it. I don't know if it's every single exchange they've ever had, or if there's still more. If it is every single exchange they've had, it doesn't seem like there's any shit pics, but, you know, you can never be too sure when it comes to EDP's sexting. He really likes to send pictures of his poopy.
It's weird. He has like a fixation. It's really kind of bizarre.
04 Alphatron super chatted $9.99. He needs jail, but man, this justice system gives slaps on the wrist for sick people like this. The fact that you get more time for Earth-like substances is kinda crazy, but yeah, EDP is a baddie gross human.
Yeah, no, it's really, but like Chris Chan just got out and had charges dropped. If you don't know who Chris Chan is, be careful like looking it up online, because you're about to enter a rabbit hole that is the size of the internet. But Chris Chan, the first lol cow, he was arrested, or she, I have no idea. I think basically he did the nasty with his own mother. And at that point, I think I don't have to walk around on eggshells trying to protect your feelings. Yeah, he forcefully did the deed with his own mother and was arrested, and somehow, I don't know how, had the charges dropped and is now free walking about in society. So again, if you want to enter that rabbit hole, look up Chris Chan. There are many documentaries on this person. Fascinating individual for all the wrong reasons. But anyway, setting that aside, yeah, that type of person gets off. But then if somebody dares to have like a gram of something in the wrong zip code, then they go away for years. It's crazy.
So what happened? Yesterday, a very big YouTuber named Gideon released a set of pictures as well as a short clip that had him dressed in a cupcake costume while confronting EDP with somebody else there as well. EDP is very upset about it. I'll go ahead and play you the clip.
It's not a fucking joke, man.
I'm just seldom at a loss for words. You know, 2 years ago you were caught
Kiss my ass.
in 4K trying to meet a 13-year-old. And really,
I'm not talking to you. He's talking to
really,
you.
my nigga, this is bullshit, man, that y'all pulling right now.
When I initially saw this, I thought there was a small chance that this could all just be some kind of prank video that was being staged here. But then I started to think rationally, and I came to the conclusion, what kind of fucking deranged individual would willingly lean into being a pedophile? Now, I know EDP has tried many bold tactics to squeak out of everything that's happened over the last 2 years. One of the most outrageous, outlandish claims I've ever heard is that all of it was just method acting for a role that he was playing. And I did think for a second this could be another example of that, but you'd have to be unhinged to like the highest level, like literally Arkham Asylum insane, to do something like this as a joke. Not only on EDP's part, but on Gideon's part, as well as the other YouTuber there. His name is Skeeter Gene.
I've seen some of Skeeter Gene's stuff, and he like leans into the Chris Hansen thing. Like he's not beating around the bush. He's like, yeah, he's kind of like my idol, and I really appreciate the work he did back in the mid 2000s. And he kind of rebooted the series like whatever 7-8 years ago. But this guy Skeeter Gene, he has gotten people arrested, sent to jail and prison for what they've done trying to solicit minors. So he's like an actual certified guy. Like he's actually had a lot of success arresting people and getting them sent away. So the fact that he was involved in this and got EDP doing, or caught him doing it again, I think is affirmation to me that this is real. It's not like a staged publicity stunt or something.
This would be diabolical to fake something like this. Skeeter is a self-proclaimed Chris Hansen impersonator who is a vigilante predator hunter. Now, I'm sure most of you are a little concerned hearing that because in the past you may know that vigilante predator hunters usually stand in the way of getting justice for the predators they catch. Authorities can't often use the information or investigation that the vigilante predator hunters accumulated. It just gets thrown out, which leads to the pedophiles facing no consequence. They don't get arrested. It's why EDP isn't in jail right now, because the last time he was caught, it was all conducted by YouTubers and authorities wiped their ass with the entire case. But with Skeeter Gene Hansen, from everything I've seen on his channel, and keep in mind, I'm only just now being made aware of him, so I haven't seen everything he's ever done, but from the bits that I've seen, he actually does collaboratively work with law enforcement and has actually conducted investigations that led to arrests for some of the predators that he was investigating. So it seems like he's actually doing this the proper way, with the proper authorities, through the right channels, and getting justice. So I'm optimistic that this was all done the right way. An important thing to note is that the picture of Gideon and Skeeter confronting EDP directly, as well as the clips that are surfacing from it, are not part of a sting operation. They didn't lead some kind of, false narrative or anything, or try and bait EDP to meet them somewhere under the guise of meeting up with a child or anything like last time. They didn't try and catch him in Operation Cupcake Crusader 2.0. They just knew where he was going and wanted to confront him directly for the way he was conducting himself with another child, with the sexual messages they were allegedly exchanging. So Gideon went there dressed as a cupcake, obviously making fun of him.
I just came
Skeeter
for a
went
cupcake.
there with chat logs and bringing those to him directly, and they weren't like entrapping him or anything. That piece, that clip, and the pictures was just a piece of making fun of him to his face and confronting him. So they...
Yeah, because I don't think EDP was going to show up to try and meet the girl, at least in anywhere near the same way as before. Because he knew that he'd been caught once and he wasn't about to risk it again. So they just had him on these chats and was like, okay, well, we know where he's at. Let's go meet him and confront him and just be like, what the hell's going on?
Apparently are actually building up a real case with law enforcement against him. So everything in person that they did is totally separate from that, I believe. Gideon actually came on my stream last night when I was going over this situation to further explain it. So I'm going to let him lay down exactly what happened.
With this case, he actually talked to a 15-year-old girl.
Or who he thought was a 15-year-old girl.
Like a real one, not like a decoy?
No, like a real legit, like 15-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's not super shocking.
Wow, okay.
A lot of people don't remember this, but he had a history of communicating inappropriately with minors way before that sting operation. So if that's true, that...
He was at a dialysis center? What? Oh, no. So he needs dialysis? Is he... Because dialysis is usually for your kidneys, right? Or is it liver stuff? I don't know.
Doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
When we did this, like, we actually did this like a month ago. So I've been sitting on this for like a month and a half. But
It's for kidney failure? What? Oh, is it diabetes? Oh, that's, if you're going to dialysis, you're probably pretty sick. It does look like EDP has lost some weight. He used to be very big. Now he's big, but it does look like he's lost some weight. I wonder what his deal is.
I was fully expected to like hold on to this for a year and then drop it. The only reason I dropped it today was because the victim, she went public with everything, and it kind of like threw me off because I was like, oh fuck, like I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, stage 5 kidney failure. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
But when I talked to her after she did it, she was like, yeah, the cop said it's all good and stuff. So I was just like, oh, okay. So I dropped it too, but I'm most likely probably gonna be going to court with her because
what? Wait, what?
Yeah, so like I'm kind of like involved with the case now. Like the authorities, like they have my number and everything. They haven't contacted me yet.
Okay, so was this like a investigation you conducted with like a team? Did you work collaboratively with the police? Like, what exactly is all of it?
I tried to do an interview with him back in early July, but he phase drugged me and he was like, oh, you got to pay me. When we talked, he wasn't talking about paying and stuff. So I was like, bro, I'm not about to pay a fucking pedo. And so he left, but he joined my Discord. And the girl was in my Discord, and that's how he found her. And he messaged her because she had all of her social media in her Discord stuff.
This all sounds. Did you ever like contact authorities about it? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, so the thing about it is like I can't do it. Like she did it. So what she did was she contacted my mods, and my mods told me. And then I hopped on a call with her. And the first thing I did was I was like, let me talk to your mom. So I talked to her mom. Her mom was aware of everything. And so once I got situated, she sent me everything. And then I gave it over to Skeet because, he's a professional with this.
Mm-hmm. The girl he was talking to,
Jeez.
was she doing this to try and catch him, or was she?
So he hit her up. He hit her first.
Uh-oh.
So that's the thing.
It's after watching a lot of To Catch a Predator, I know it's really tough for these guys to get out of it when they're the ones that reach out first. It's apparently a thing that they did back in the TCAP days, is that they would only wait for people to message first, because then there are no arguments that they were like seeking out people to try and like basically entrap, even though that's only for law enforcement. But like they could not argue that, because it's like, no, you reached out to the target, like you reached out to the decoy. It's crazy.
Hey, like
So I think he's in big trouble if this is true.
she would have hit him up first, I don't know the legality of it. Either way, like he said, dick pics her, so he's fucked in that case. I'm not gonna lie, we caught him lacking at the dialysis center. Don't ask me how. I knew he was gonna be there, but we caught him lacking.
So that clip that you showed, that's not him going somewhere to try and meet that girl?
No.
Okay.
No.
I would just
Okay,
hope that justice would finally be served, because he's skirted away from that for a while.
And that's the thing that I wanted to do with this. Like, that's why I was so willing to wait like a year, because I was afraid that it would have messed up the investigation.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is actually getting justice as opposed to like the content of it. So hopefully this
Exactly.
leads to a legitimate case against him, because he is not safe to be around children in any way, shape, or form. So that's pretty
Yeah.
much all that's known about.
I mean, the fact that he's done it multiple times, though, at this point, like I don't know how there's any argument that like, oh well, like maybe he just like needs to be left alone, or like, no, he's doing it repeatedly. He doesn't care, or it's like some compulsion that he can't control. Either way, it's a problem. He's gonna, the moment he interacts with a real person that's underage that could be a target of something like this, it's gonna be bad. Like, it's just ridiculous.
What is going on at the moment. It sounds like this wasn't a planned sting operation. This was EDP doing what he does best, talking inappropriately with children, and the victim alerted Gideon, who alerted Skeeter Gene Hansen, who alerted authorities, and are now all Jesus, I am really struggling with that word today. That shit is really making it difficult for me. I'm fumbling it. Collaboratively with law enforcement to build a case against him and hopefully pursue real justice for someone that is, for too long now, been allowed to continue preying on children. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully they actually get him now. Hopefully it results in like charges and this can end. It's amazing he's still free. Like, it's just stunning.
He took my thing. Red flag.